Hey, good afternoon. Just wanted to hop on, just to relay a few points. It is beginning to feel, at least for me, as a person who has emotional capacity to feel, as well as strong emotions, period, it is becoming a pitiful state of affairs, to witness human waking life becoming so stilted, so lacking in humanity. And deep down, I know exactly how cruel and evil this world is and how it is shaping people into becoming what I would deem subhumans behind closed doors with little regard for human life. Um, it's pretty clear to me. It may not be clear to the average individual on this planet who is quite literally bogged down in the matrix. They're just stuck in their life. They're not really thinking about living life. They are just experiencing it and going through it. But as somebody who's taken the time to assess how I feel and what I sense, what is truly happening, this combination of factors, this trauma-based mind control, the power of suggestion, it is all leading people down a dark road, and it is making them emotionally worn down, jaded and bitter, and to the point where it is just lacking in any type of forward flow when it comes to assessing this really broad issue that's happening. I think we can all agree that we're going through a time period where things are not explained to us. There's a lot of uneasiness, there's a lot of tension, and there's certainly a lack of common threads. Like, they don't ever want there to be connected dots. They don't ever want you to show solidarity with somebody who may be going through the same thing. They don't want people to network or to branch out or to point to a common denominator. They just want people to exist and to suffer. And whenever their time comes, whenever they awaken and they're sick of the bullshit, they're probably going to want those people to go away. That's a simple fact. Nobody who has a vested interest in controlling your life is going to want to benefit your life. It is a control measure to keep you contained, to keep you from speaking too much about anything that would be too revealing for them. It's all a big ploy to keep us contained and to never have us live our actual lives as we want to before our time comes. I can't help but feel like the powers that be, those who orchestrated this type of event in general, knew something about the course of human history. They knew about the time that Mother Nature would start to react accordingly and not be very accepting of all the harm done to it over the course of our human existence. So I find it hard to believe that they wouldn't know the outcome of the planet Earth. That should explain their need to torture, violate, and to repress us, isolate us, and keep us in a state of perpetual what the fuck. Because that's pretty much where I'm at with it. I see other people going through their days and their lives, and we're all upholding what we need to function. But for anybody like me who has a quest for knowledge, who can't stand not understanding something, it's going to take more than that. It's going to take catharsis. It's going to take a reach. It's going to take something beyond standard convention when it comes to communication, because there are so many invisible barriers. This is definitely not normal waking life. This is, and always has been, an invasion of our minds and bodies in an attempt to break our spirits. It is a close encounter of the third kind. It is a spiritual phenomenon. There are so many different things happening beneath the surface that are never really talked about, at least to me, that it is astounding that normal human life is continuing. But that should tell you there are different levels of individuals on this planet. I would say you have your average person who is just living their life. They're not thinking too much about what it means or noticing how oddly different things are. They're not really computing or taking those things into account. They're just more of the, you may even refer to them as NPCs in some cases, but these are just your standard individual. And then once you awaken, then you find yourself in a state of cognitive dissonance often, because you know what things mean, you know what they're representing on the surface, and you know how you feel about them, and they're all contradicting at the same time. So you have that level, and then you have just the complete next level beyond it. And that refers more to these people in the other category who lack empathy and regard. The more information from the world that they receive, the more worn down, the lessened they become. They are not becoming more of who they were. They're becoming less. So there is a opposite dynamic there. Some people are going to rise to the occasion, humble, become more empathetic and kind, and see the need to be better rather than worse. And then there's others who are just going to slide down with the trajectory of the world itself. So there's definitely different levels of understanding on this matter, and there's so many complex variables and bits of information that may be erroneous or wrong that it's just going to be hard to compute without at least pointing to a couple broad common denominators. And I think we all know what that pretty much means. But just remember, the urgency of and the stressful nature of this matter is never going to be relayed properly by other people. We're all out of whack. No human mind is going to be in tandem if these archons and these reptilians ever have anything to do with it. They're just going to hopefully keep us all out of whack, keep us subdued, placated, and if we ever buck up, then they're going to make sure that we suffer. Although suffering is imminent for the whole entire human population.